Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I am back with my October reading wrap up. I actually have so many more books here than I thought I read in October. I thought I was kind of lame for October, but I guess not. So I'm just going to get right into it because there are quite a few books. This is in no particular order, it's just like how they are on my shelf. So for Halloween-y sort of stuff, I read Stephen King's The Outsider. Was my first book. I think I gave it 4 out of 10. I really liked it. It had a totally supernatural element to it that I really liked. In the beginning, it was very almost straight like police drama, and then this like supernatural element kind of came through, which I really enjoyed. I thought he did a really great job with it. I found it pretty satisfying. I thought, I think a huge complaint for me with books is like not enough detail and not enough specifics on things. And I think Stephen King is so great at world building and getting everything, like all the facts laid out. I really always love reading his books. I'm just never disappointed. Obviously, some are better than others for me, just story wise, but I really like this one. Next, I have Bachelor Nation by Amy Kaufman. I really liked this. I watched The Bachelor and Bachelorette, but it's mostly like hate watching, which I hate saying. I feel bad, but like, it's just like, it's for fun because they're just so ridiculous and it's so for entertainment. It's like not for people finding love. And I loved reading this to kind of get like that behind the scenes element of it and to see what goes on behind the scenes. Some of the stuff I kind of suspected and kind of knew already. But it was just really fun to read it and just get more of a glimpse into the whole world of it all. That's it. Come here. The next book I have is How to Make Your Audience Fall in Love with You, Darren Warren. This was an acting teacher I met with one of my first years out here, and I didn't end up studying with her. I'm not 100% sure why. I had like weird reasons for not doing things or doing things when I first moved out here. But I did buy her book, so I don't know. I don't even like remember what the whole journey with that was. Maybe I just didn't have money or something, which was probably more it. But the book was really nice. It had a lot of great advice. What are you doing? You okay? And I just, in general, really enjoyed reading it. It was just a really nice. I'm enjoying rereading a lot of acting books that I've had. Even though acting's been pretty slow because of the pandemic, it's been nice to get into all of that. That being said, I also read Uta Hagen's Respect for Acting. I feel like I read this in college a long time ago, and it was really great to revisit it. And, for people who aren't actors out there, I really enjoyed revisiting it and kind of, just like seeing what I like maybe missed when I reread it, when I read it the first time, if that makes sense. Alright, so this, I did read some more smut books. This one was ridiculous. It was Babysitting the Baumgartners. Just look at that. It's now a motion picture. So, in case anyone's interested in that, this book was Smutty McSmut, which is like what I want out of these books if I'm gonna read it. Like, I want smut, and it was like all of that and more. It was almost more than I bargained for, and so I highly recommend it if you want like high level smut value. The one thing that was so weird and creepy for me was this girl, this like babysitter has been babysitting this family since she was like 15 or 16, and when this story opens she's like 18 or 19 and in college, and now they're like having a three-way with this babysitter who they've known since she was like 15, and for some reason that just like creeped me out so much. And then at the end, well, okay, so spoiler, if you don't like it, just skip ahead. At the end, she actually doesn't get called from them again, and she doesn't hear from them when she goes back to school, and then she just gets like replaced by another nanny and just doesn't think that's weird at all. And I was like, I would feel so weird if I like spent this spring vacation like babysitting this couple's kids and like they had sex with me a bunch, and then I was just like, oh, that's okay, we're fine, we moved on. Like, I don't know, I find that weird, but maybe there's something wrong with me. Anyways, the next book I have is There's Someone Inside Your House, Stephanie Perkins. This is another Halloween sort of read for me. It was basically, you know, this like serial killer on the loose in this high school, and it kind of read like Scream or something to me. It was a really quick, breezy read. It wasn't like too scary. It was just perfect. Like it was kind of, I think this is like young adult, so it was like kind of like had that creep factor, but I wasn't like staying awake at night over it. But I really liked it. I thought it was a cute story. You know, it was easy to get through. Something interesting they did is they revealed who the killer was about halfway through, which was kind of weird. So it was just like an interesting way to tell the story. I don't know if it was like, I don't know if I liked it or not. But when we found out, I was like, oh, okay, already. And like, nothing else really like was revealed after that, which was a little strange. And oh, the main character had this like big secret she had to keep, and I thought it was just gonna be like juicier than it was. Like when I read it, I was like, okay, cool. I don't know. The next book I have is Awakened, James Murray and Darren Wearmouth. I literally have this book because my boyfriend loves Impractical Jokers, and James Murray is one of those guys. But this book was not my cup of tea. It was very sci-fi, which is like usually not my thing. It's not something I would typically pick up, but I decided to read it just because of Mur, and I just like didn't really like it. I thought a lot of the dialogue was hackneyed. I thought it didn't play correctly. I didn't like a lot of the conversations that were being had amongst these like officials and really high powered people. I just didn't buy it, and like I don't know. I didn't love it, and then the story was just I don't know. I just like, there was just a lot missing for me. I found it difficult to get through. Yeah, I just like, didn't like it, and I was really disappointed because I really wanted to like it. And that's it for me. The next book I have is The Master Key System. It's basically a book about visualization. Very dense, I would say. It took a long time to get through. It's just a very dense book. And it's kind of like a companion book to The Secret, and while The Secret is very easy breezy to get through, this book was definitely not, and I don't know, I didn't like it as much. I didn't get as much out of this one. The last book I have is another smutty book. It's Dirty by Megan Hart. This was a book, it had some steamy scenes, for sure. The one complaint I would say I had about this book was there was just like a lot of drama with the protagonist girl. She had this really dark past, and it was kind of obvious what it was going to be, but the past was like, it was just like too much, and I'm gonna give some spoilers right now, so just fast forward if you're not into it. So basically, it's revealed her brother like raped her when she was younger, and that's just a lot, and it's a lot and I knew it was gonna be something crazy like that, and supposedly the parents knew or something. So there's just this whole scene about that, like, it was so, and then he killed himself because she didn't want to be with him, and it's just this whole weird thing, and it basically like goes from one of those scenes to like a sex scene, and like this was kind of towards the end, and I was just like, I just like feel like I'm reeling from this like information overload, and it was really weird. Like, I think it was almost like she was trying to just make this like a real serious book, but it was just too much. I just feel like if you're making like kind of a smut book, having stuff like that really grossed me out and like got me like, just, I felt very like, oh my god, like I just get really like emotionally invested. So when I read something like that, it's hard for me to go from that to like a really smutty sex scene. It's very jarring for me personally. So I like just don't recommend the book based on that. If that is something that does not bother you, go for it. But I do like how she tried to have more dimension to her characters than a typical smut book. I would love her that, but for me it was like a weird way to do it for myself to read. And that's all I got. I feel pretty good about how much I read. I didn't do one last month because I just had lots of crazy stuff with my move, but I'm finally like settled, and I'm back to doing more regular ones. I don't know if anyone really is into the book things. I kind of just do it for myself, and if you enjoy watching it, cool. If you don't, I'm sorry. But if you are more into book videos, let me know, and let me know other kind of book type videos you would like me to do, because I do feel like I don't have a lot of ideas for book content because this isn't like a typical booktube channel, but I just like to document it on video for myself mostly. So if you enjoy watching it, yay, thank you for being here. And that's it. I do new videos Sunday, Tuesday, Friday. I know I slacked this week. I kind of felt weird being like, watch my video. So that's most of the reason why I didn't do it this week. And I apologize for that, but I'm back on it this week. So that's it. Thanks, guys.